So, welcome everybody. My name is Husband here on the podcast, and we are getting ready to do a live episode for our latest Bible study reading portion thing that we do for Ezekiel. And just want to say hello to everyone who is joining us. And if you get a second to like and share our feed, please do so. That would be amazing. And then wife is still getting prepped here. Besides, we're waiting a few minutes to let some people pop in here. So we'll get started in about 5 minutes or so, probably. Hello, Brady. You didn't. For those of you who are joining us and don't know what we're about, we are Sacrilegious Discourse, and we are a podcast who is attempting to do live shit elsewhere, so YouTube and Twitch right now. And we read the Bible for our first time from an atheist perspective. And sorry, I'm trying to make things okay. There we go. Yeah, and so that is what we're doing. Tonight we will be reading Ezekiel chapter 7. No, we just did that. Ezekiel chapter 18. As soon as we get settled in here and allow a few more minutes to pass by for people to pop in here. So bear with us and we will get going here as soon as possible. Glad you got it, Brady. Oh. I found out just a few minutes ago that wife had not prepped yet, so we're doing some cramming to get ready here. And also I had to make coffee and you know, all that stuff. And we're getting the cat fed, so there's that too. Wife is getting the cat fed. I'm sorry. Hey, Angie. Welcome. We're still putzing around here, giving it some time for people to pop in and get ready. We're getting ready still. So we really need like a pre-recorded thing that I just play at the beginning here. That would be really smart. And then I don't have to like come up with clever shit to say every time. I think pairing is what wife is doing. She didn't pre anything. Hey, Dylan. That's fine, Angie. We're happy to have you here. And thank you for making the effort to come out and join us. Good luck with that Omni mark. What the hell is that? I don't know. I feel like that was somebody coming in just specifically to say something and then popped out, maybe. I'm not really sure. But for anybody that is sitting out there listening that is new, we will be getting started here very shortly, I think. Okay. And we're just giving it a few minutes to get people in here. Yeah, that was weird. We had somebody on here the other night that popped in to like blast us for a minute and then left. Well, no, I think I had to ban them actually because they kept going. So that was fun. Oh yeah, the show's premise. Yeah, thanks, Brady. You're helping me out here. Show's premise is that I'm husband, wife is back here studying. No, you shall. Okay. Yeah, that sounds exciting. Can I? If yeah, great. I thought you were leaving though. But anyway, this is our first time reading the Bible, and we are reading through for our first time and commenting as we go along. So that is, and we cuss a lot, so there's that too. So if you don't like that, then whatever. I guess this isn't your place. But we have a great time. We have great fans, and we are really enjoying doing this. So, unfortunately tonight we did not prep very well, so I apologize for this, but we are going to be getting started very soon here. Yeah, no, we're not to Revelation yet. That's a little ways off. We're still in the Old Testament. Yep. I'm going to say we're going to be ready in a minute. Yeah. Okay. 1 minute. We got 1 minute. So if you don't know where to find us, we are pretty much on every podcast platform that is available. Actually, no, we are on every podcast platform that is available. You can find us also at sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. That is our website and has links to everything, including our social media and all that fun shit. Obviously, we're on YouTube and Twitch now. And yeah, so go like, subscribe, whatever you got to do. Keep in touch with us and keep coming back for more. So that would be great. We also have many of the people that are here tonight are our Discord family, and you are welcome very much so to join us over on our Discord channel, which you can find links to on our main site, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, and in the show notes of any episode that we have on any of our podcasts. So we definitely would love to see you there too. Oh shit. I'll just do it tomorrow. It's easier to do it on a non-live night. I've got more shout outs to do, so I just I didn't prep that either, so need to do
last minute.
This was very last minute tonight, and I apologize, everybody.
But we showed up. We're here.
We're here. We certainly are creeping across the Bible slowly. But I mean, it's a long fucking book.
Yeah.
I don't know of any other way to do it,
chapter at a time.
If we wanted to do this faster, we'd literally be just like living at this, microphone. So
as it is, we are reading a chapter every weeknight.
Yep.
And it's taken us 4 years to get here.
It sure has. So are you prepped, wife?
I would say I'm quasi-prepped.
Quasi-prepped.
If we have any questions,
we can cover it in the Q&A.
That will be what our Q&A is about.
Yeah.
So,
well, you want to say hi? Just,
hello,
hi,
everybody.
Welcome,
Hi, I'm wife.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm normally a little better prepared than this, but the day got away from me.
It did. All right. I think since we are running late already, we're going to go ahead and hop into the episode here. So Thank you, everybody, for showing up. If you haven't already, give us a like to help that algorithm out. And then we'll see you on the other side of the episode here.
Well, on the other side of the intro.
Well, yeah, but we'll only be back for like a second there. So, But yeah. All right.
Are you actually ready?
I am actually ready. Yes.
You already?
I already freaked out that I forgot about that. Okay. So yeah, I'm actually ready.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yep.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday and where the hell we are today?
Well, I think we had a parable wrapped in a proverb that was about an eagle that was planting seeds, but he didn't plant them very well.
In the one place.
Which was Nebuchadnezzar. and
Knezer.
Knezer, sorry.
Ends
Yeah.
with an R.
Yeah, my bad. But so yeah, there was some planting of seeds of vines, and then they grew, but they weren't grown great. And then God came back and planted more seeds after those were bad, and he planted them in the high places, which was weird.
Considering that we're supposed to not like the high
Yeah,
places.
right. That was definitely weird. And then those grew better apparently, but then their neighbors had enlarged, dicks.
Yeah.
So there's that. That was. I mean, that's what I remember.
The neighbors had big
You got anything
dicks.
else? You're right. Yeah. So that was Ezekiel chapter 17.
Sure as fuck was.
And I want to acknowledge real quick here that we do have some more shout outs to do for Patreon, so thank you everybody for jumping on and helping us out with this drive that we're doing. You guys have been amazing. And right now we have been so busy. I've been having trouble keeping up with all the things that I need to do. So we will be getting more shout outs out very, very soon, actually this week. So stay tuned for some of those, for those of you who are waiting for them.
And the reason for those shout outs is that we're currently doing a Patreon drive.
Yes. And we're trying to reach a level of $400 a month to get some of the things done that we need to do for our podcast. So if you have the ability to help us out, or you can even join for a free membership. I mean, there are things we do share some stuff over there for free occasionally. But we'd love to have you on Patreon, Discord, all the places that we are. Hop over to our website so you can see and track the Patreon drive that we're doing right now, which is sacrilegiously.com. And yeah, do those things. So
do those things.
That brings us back to, we just finished Ezekiel chapter 17. And today we're getting into Ezekiel chapter
18.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie.
Sorry, I kind of led you into that one. I wasn't. That was new.
Yeah, that was new. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I didn't really know. And then I was already doing it. So I was like, well, I guess I just go with it.
Here we go.
All right. For those of you who don't know, this is the bit where we are saving our intro and getting ready to go into the main portion of our podcast that we're doing.
We usually take a second to laugh at each other for the fuck ups that we did in the intro.
Yeah, I mean, we always fuck up some. No, we fuck up every single episode at some level.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of whether other people know that we fucked up or not.
Right.
So.
Right. Or if we fuck each other up, that's the worst.
Right. Yeah.
And that's when we are like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I did that wrong.
Did I already save this? No, I don't think I did. Let's see. That's Ezekiel.
We're doing 18.
18.
Intro.
All right. And we'd love to hear from any of the people that think we're going to get we already had somebody here saying we're going to get the mark of the beast or something like that. Or I don't know what the fuck they were getting at. Omni something or other. Whatever. Apparently, maybe it was Revelation shit. I'm not really sure.
Well, we're not there yet.
But, it was supposed to be bad, I think. We were supposed to be scared. So
we'd have to believe it.
Are you scared?
If I believed it, I'd be scared. Sure. But if I believed it, I wouldn't be doing this stuff. So it's kind of like...
Yeah, it's kind of...
telling me that Thor's hammer is about to come down. You better watch out. And I'm like, I don't believe in Thor or his fucking hammer. So...
Right, yeah.
Sorry.
It kind of misses the whole point. We're atheists. We don't give a fuck.
You have to have a better or else than my imagination's going to get you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that doesn't really I
guess that's between me and your imagination then.
Right. Have fun with that.
Don't worry about it. Or do worry about it. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Got it.
All right. How long is this chapter?
Solid medium.
Solid medium. All right.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, wife invented it, but we have a in-house how long is this episode meaning. So there's short, long, short, medium. I would even go so far as to say this is a long medium. Long medium. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Yeah. Now that I'm re-looking at it. I see. Okay. Ooh, long medium to a short long, actually. Okay. All right. I know it keeps getting bigger, just like the fish. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the episode here, okay? Okie dokie. All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. We are picking up with Easy Kyle chapter 18. That we are. Here we go. Ezekiel chapter 18. No, Easy Kyle. I know. I'm aware that that's what we want it to be.
Yeah.
But I state it out loud so that people don't get confused as fuck when they join us for the first time ever. They're like, who the fuck's an easy Kyle?
Well, I mean, I said it correctly in the intro, so hopefully they know that I'm just a Dumbo that likes to say whatever I like to say.
But sometimes maybe people skip the intro. They're like, I don't really care about the intro. I want to hear the bit.
Fair enough.
the main port.
Fair enough. Here's the bit.
Yeah, the bit.
When I say easy Kyle, it's because it's more fun than Ezekiel, and I need all the fun and joy I can bring to my life in all the little ways.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. Okay. So the word of the Lord came to me, as it does.
Yeah, seems to.
And me,
I mean, according to the Bible,
me being Ezekiel.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you people mean by quoting this proverb about the land of Israel? The parents eat sour grapes and the children's teeth are set on edge.
Okay.
Okay. That's about the sins of the father visited on the child or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
As surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, you will no longer quote this proverb in Israel. That would be nice. I would like that. I mean, haven't we complained about how that's some unfair bullshit?
Yeah. Yeah.
For everyone belongs to me, the parent as well as the child. Both alike belong to me.
See, I don't like the idea of bringing ownership into any relationship.
I don't think you own anybody.
I think that's a bad way to view a relationship between anybody, let alone a God. Like a God should be there to help us, right? Or to encourage us, or to, whatever. But like, this is not what it is. It is about ownership. It is about blind worship. It is about, just bowing to this deity that needs all the things because he can't fucking exist without people praising him all the fucking time.
Right. I mean, even in a parent-child relationship, you might have jurisdiction over the child, but you don't own the child. The child's a fucking person.
Right.
Who has their own feelings, their own ideas, their own thoughts.
Well, I think the idea, like that idea right there, that idea is where it becomes problematic because of the pseudo endorsements of slavery that are throughout the Old Testament as well. Like, the ownership of people is definitely a concept that they don't shy away from in this book.
Right. Ownership of women, children, slaves. Yeah. It's all about ownership.
Yeah.
Ownership of land and resources.
Right.
The entire book is just men being greedy.
It really is.
Gross.
Yeah.
The one who sins is the one who will die. That's the Lord saying that.
Unless you ask other parts of the Bible.
And unless you didn't sin in his sight or something.
Right.
There's been plenty of stuff that, like, people got smote in the beginning for, like, picking up sticks on the wrong fucking day or whatever.
Right.
And now, like, he's like, meh.
Well, but and people are always like, why don't the wicked get their just dues?
Right, exactly.
And they don't sometimes in the Bible.
Yeah.
And God's like, they'll get it when they die or whatever. Yeah, so whatever.
It's not for yours to know.
Yeah.
Boo. Suppose there is a righteous man who does what is just and right. He does not eat at the mountain shrines or look to the idols of Israel. He does not defile his neighbor's wife. Well, that's good of him.
I mean, yeah.
Or have sexual relations with a woman during her period. That's personal.
I mean, that's a little bit too specific.
Right? You sinner.
Like,
did
seriously?
you fuck your wife while she was shedding her uterus? God damn you to hell.
I feel like they're way too preoccupied with sex.
With genitalia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Like, how about this? Don't worry about it. And if a woman wants to fuck while she's on her period and a man is down for it, or a woman for that matter is down for it, let them fuck.
Why is it anybody's business?
It's nobody's business.
Right.
Let people fuck.
Except the Turks. Nobody business but the Turks.
It is nobody's business but the Turks. That's what I hear.
Right, yeah.
Because Istanbul was...
once Constantinople. Yeah.
He does not oppress anyone, but returns what he took in pledge for a loan. He's this good guy,
Okay, yeah.
He does not commit robbery. Oh, I'm so glad. Like, the bar is so fucking low.
Yeah.
But gives his food to the hungry and provides clothing for the naked, as you should do if you have resources.
Sure,
Give to the poor, yeah. He does not lend to them at interest or take a profit from them. He withholds his hand from doing wrong and judges fairly between two parties. So he's a right nice dude.
Really interesting because they're actually hearkening back to some idea straight out of like Leviticus and things, which we haven't really heard them touch on in a while.
Right.
Like the bit about the, having sex on the period and the, lending at no interest. And those things have not been talked about for quite a while.
Wait, do you guys actually even have a copy of the rules anymore?
Right. Well, I mean, obviously
Apparently they do.
Obviously
right?
somebody does. Yeah.
He follows my decrees and faithfully keeps my laws. That man is righteous. He will surely live, declares the sovereign Lord.
His path is probably pretty straight. I'm guessing.
It's not crooked.
Not crooked. Yeah.
But he says that dude will surely live. But I mean, unless he gets bit by a rattlesnake or gets cancer or dies in a car accident, like, no, he doesn't surely live. He surely is a nice guy who probably attracts nice people to him, and thus, karma helps him. The more good that you are, the more good unto you.
Well,
right?
I think what they're trying, like every once in a while, God or, the Bible tries to say that, he's going to protect those who are good, and then they're going to be given better things and they're going to do better in life. Right. And I don't think it's because there's other points where good people have shitty things happen to them.
Right. Exactly.
So it's not true. It's just a way for them to describe, hey, if you do this, you're going to get rewarded. Right. And now when you get right down to it, if somebody, the good, dies, they're going to be like, well, they're going to get rewarded in the afterlife, or, they're going to make up an excuse on the spot as to why this person died and, somebody else didn't.
It's God's ineffable plan.
There is no correct answer. The answer is whatever sounds good in any given chapter is what's going on here.
Right.
So
annoying.
Yeah.
Suppose he has a violent son who sheds money, who sheds blood. He doesn't shed money.
I need to be friends with somebody who sheds money. Yeah.
No, he sheds blood or does any of these things, though the father has done none of them. He eats at the mountain shrines. Oh, that
damn son.
He defiles his neighbor's wife.
Wow.
Fuck. He oppresses.
It sounds like he wasn't raised very well.
Right.
I'm just saying.
I know plenty of good people who did not raise their children very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, just because you're a good person doesn't mean you're a good parent, quite honestly. He oppresses the poor and needy. He commits robbery. He does not return what he took in pledge. He looks to the idols. He does detestable things. He lends at interest and takes a profit. Will such a man live?
I mean, I don't know.
He will not.
Okay, all right.
Because
I wasn't sure what the answer was going to be, because it could have gone either way.
It really can go either way. I mean, honestly, the answer should be, don't worry about it. That's between me and him.
Right.
Yeah. But no, he's like letting you know, no way. I always reward the good. I always punish the bad. You should always, always, always be good, and you'll get the rewards.
Right.
Like, that's what he's trying to say right now.
Yeah.
Other times he's like, don't worry about it.
They'll get their dues.
They'll get theirs, and you'll get yours, even if you die before you see it.
Yeah. Right.
He will not, because he has done all these detestable things. He is to be put to death. His blood will be on his own head. But suppose this son has a son who sees all the sins his father commits, and though he sees them, he does not do such things.
I bet. Okay.
So you're a good kid, but your parents suck.
Well, I have a feeling that this is going to be okay in this chapter, maybe. I could be wrong, but like in previous chapters, you could be punished up to like 10 generations back. Yeah. I mean, like, and maybe even more. I don't know. Like there was some crazy like punishment for the sins of your, parents.
Right. And that's what God's saying, not no more. I'm doing away with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's your individual. Well, this almost sounds like people were like, how can we ever dig out of this?
Right. And we're in debt of bad.
And then Ezekiel's like, well, God's changed his mind. It's better now.
Actually. Okay, so this kid, he's so good. He does not eat at the mountain shrines or look at the idols of Israel. He does not fuck his neighbor's wife. He does not oppress anyone or require a pledge for a loan. Yeah. He does not commit robbery. He gives food to the hungry and provides clothing for the naked. He withholds, we've already read all this. He's a good guy, right?
He's good, yeah.
He withholds his hand from mistreating the poor and takes no interest or profit from them. He keeps my laws and follows my decrees. He will not die for his father's sin. Okay. He will surely live. That's nice. I'm glad you're changing your mind, God.
I gotta wonder when this changed, though. Like,
right?
when
Did you
was
write
this?
That down? Is that the new covenant?
Right? Do we believe it this year but not next year? Like, what is this?
How long is this?
Right.
Yeah. Is this just for Ezekiel, or does this go on in other books?
Is this like one of those like tax, what do they call it? Tax holidays or whatever, where they like, you forgive something for a while.
Epiphany, and then or whatever it's called.
I don't know what that is.
No, that's not the right word.
Yeah, no.
No, but it was like every 7 years they did a thing, and then.
Oh, no, I was talking about like in like actual now, where they give like tax holidays where you don't have to pay taxes on back taxes and stuff.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay.
So like this is like one of those tax holidays where they're like, you don't have to pay the penalties for your father's sins, but maybe next decade, maybe we might pick it up next decade again.
We'll revisit this.
Right, yeah.
It's still on the books. We didn't erase it. We just erased it for this year.
Right, yeah.
But his father will die for his own sin because he practiced extortion, robbed his brother, and did what was wrong among his people. Yet you ask, why does the son not share the guilt of his father? No, I don't ask that. I think finally you saw sense and decided to.
Yeah, it makes great sense.
If you had presented this from the beginning, nobody would ask you at all.
Right. We thought those other rules were ridiculous and stupid, which they were. That
you were kind of dumb and doing it wrong. Yeah. Although I do recall that I did some kind of deep dive, and that it was early on with these smaller tribes and cultures a way of making them more conscientious. It was like pulling them together. Yeah. And it helped them think about what they were doing before they did it, knowing that the people around them would be impacted.
Okay.
So it was like a way of
collective punishment.
Collective punishment, but also collective thinking out before you do something.
I gotcha. Sure.
So I mean, there was a place for it, but like now they're building cities. It's like, no, get that shit out of here.
Right.
There's too many people for that.
Yeah.
I'm not having it.
I got it.
Since the son has done what is just and right and has been careful to keep all my decrees, he will surely live.
Okay.
The one who sins is the one who will die. Boom, dead.
Yeah.
You fucked on the wrong day, asshole.
But I do think it's funny though that Ezekiel is just like rewriting the rules.
Yeah.
Like right here. Right here.
He's saying that God's telling him, but I'm not sure about it.
No. We are absolutely sure that God is not telling them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, God is not even in question here.
Right.
He's they're rewriting the fucking rules because they want to, because these make more sense.
I do wonder, though, because isn't it that Jeremiah came after him? And Jeremiah never mentioned.
Slightly.
But Jeremiah never mentioned this rewriting of the rules.
Right. Because they're not talking to the same God.
Right.
They're not talking to any God.
Yes.
They're talking to and they're coming up, like they might have shared some ideas between each other,
and then they went back to their respective cities, and
probably Jeremiah was like, dude, what kind of shit are you on over there? The fucking wheels with the eyeballs and the what?
Yeah,
you're gonna lay on your side for a year and a half. What are you doing over there?
And you're rewriting the rules.
He's like, I'm just trying to be a fucking double agent over here. Yeah, and you're being fucking weird, man.
You're being weird, man. The child will not share the guilt of the parent, nor will the parent share the guilt of the child. That was a long-winded say of everybody's responsible for his own fucking actions.
Right.
The righteousness of the righteous will be credited to them, and the wickedness of the wicked will be charged against them.
Great. Sounds like a much better plan than they had originally when they were doing the long-winded, multi-generational punishments. So,
literally at 5%.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to edit this later, but wife's phone was about to die, so.
I can't plug it in there. Plug it in.
Oh my God.
Wow, I knocked everything down. Holy shit.
I literally had. Well, no, that's not long enough.
Can you just plug it in over there?
I'm working on it.
Down to 3%.
It'll be all right.
I know, I'm just panicking. I'm so sorry. Like, the screen went dark and I was like, what the fuck? I had no idea I was that close. Oopsie. I like to live dangerously.
Okay, I don't even remember where we left off there.
We were done. We were at the end of a sentence and a section. So I'm just going to carry on.
Okay.
And I'll pick that shit up in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
See? All right. Here we go. Ready?
Hold on. Pause for a second before you go.
Okay. But if a wicked person turns away from all the sins they have committed and keeps all my decrees and does what is just and right, that person will surely live. They will not die.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, long-winded way of saying everybody's responsible for their own shit.
Right.
None of the offenses they have committed will be remembered against them.
Okay.
Because of the righteous things they have done, they will live.
Wait, so they can do offenses, but they're forgiven because they did more
because
good
they
things?
turned away from the sins.
Oh.
And then they kept all
so
the
this
decrees.
is maybe like the beginnings of like the forgiveness for sin and stuff like that. Interesting.
Yeah, we are literally seeing but if you say sorry right quick before you die, then you still get to go to heaven.
It feels, you know what, the Old Testament feels like a negotiation with the people that are following this God. And they're negotiating better ways to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like, well, we don't like that aspect, so can we change that?
Yeah.
And like over time, they slowly start changing some of this, and that's how it morphs into what it ends up being, right?
Right.
And it really feels like they are just changing things as they go along to make it fit better with what society at that given point wants.
Right. This is very interesting to me. I have not seen this before.
Right.
If you say sorry right quick before you die, you still get to go to heaven and you're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I take any pleasure in the death of the wicked? Declares the sovereign Lord.
Yes. The answer is yes. No matter what he says, the answer is yes.
The answer is
absolutely
always yes.
fucking yes.
He loves killing people.
Right.
We have seen that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't care what he says.
Right. I don't either.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Rather, am I not pleased when they turn from their ways and live? I'm going to say you're disappointed because one got away from you being allowed to smite him. I'm going to say that you look for reasons to fucking kill people.
Yeah, I mean,
when you're not ignoring them altogether.
Right. He's shown joy in finding reasons and ways to kill people, it seems like.
I mean, somebody peeked at you when they were trying to carry your fucking box that you sat in, and, you know, the box fell and they tried to catch it for you and they touched it. And they weren't supposed to.
Uzzah.
Yeah. Justice for Uzzah, you know? That's
right. Justice for Uzzah.
And then another couple people peeked inside and you got pissed and smote them all over the fucking place. Like, what the hell? And you're telling me you don't enjoy killing people? Fuck off with that. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
If you don't enjoy killing people, don't fucking kill them.
Right.
Particularly for dumb reasons.
Yeah, I agree.
But if a righteous person turns from their righteousness and commits sin and does the same detestable things the wicked person does, will they live? Okay, hold on. So there's a good person.
Yeah.
But then they start doing bad shit.
Okay.
So will they live?
I'm going to guess no.
None of the righteous things that person has done will be remembered.
Oh. So it's a matter of the order you do them in.
Yeah.
So if you're good and then bad, you're fucked.
Yeah.
If you're bad and then good, we're cool.
So that's why you have to live your best life in your 20s and 30s.
Right.
And then knuckle down and get serious in your 40s.
Sure. And I suppose if God forgets to smote you a couple of times, you could actually be bad and then good and then bad.
Right.
And then good and then bad and then good.
But every time.
And you're still okay.
Every time, once you get done being bad.
Right.
And then you be good. Every time that you be bad after that, it's like a Russian roulette.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you're getting older. You know.
You could die any minute.
Right.
So.
But technically you could die any minute even when you're younger.
No, I know.
So
I'm just saying, always be bad first.
Right.
Never be bad before you're good. Because of the unfaithfulness they are guilty of, and because of the sins they have committed, they'll die. They will die.
Okay. All right.
So you say, God.
Yeah.
So
this time.
Yeah. Yet you say, the way of the Lord is not just.
I mean, sometimes I do say that, yeah. Because I don't think it is. Even in Ezekiel, it's been not just.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Hear
you, Israelites, is my way unjust? Is it not your ways that are unjust? If a righteous person turns from their righteousness and commits sin, they will die for it. Because of the sin they have committed, they will die.
Okay, hold on. This fucker is literally talking about them committing sin, right? Which could be any number of
It could be fucking
things.
your wife on her period.
Sure.
You're going to die.
Right. That's one of the, you're going to die. Right. but the punishment is him murdering you.
Yes.
God is going to murder you.
I'm going to kill you.
For fucking your wife on her period.
I'm going to fuck you. I'm going to fucking kill you if you are having sex with your wife on her period.
And they have the fucking nerve to call this sin and morality and what?
Yeah.
You're going to murder me for doing this thing. Not correct me, not teach me, but murder me.
But even if you taught me, like, hey, I don't like it that you're fucking your wife on her period.
Right.
So I didn't ask you to watch. You're not involved. I wasn't talking to you about it except when you asked.
Right. Yeah.
And even then I was kind of like hesitant because it's like none of your goddamn business. You're the one worried about it. Me and my husband, we're fine.
Yeah.
So why are you worried about? Why do you even need to worry about me on my period?
That was one of your favorite sayings when we first got together is like, why do other people need to know what's going on in other people's pants?
Yes.
Right? Like it doesn't, that has no bearing on anybody.
What I do with my vagina, what goes in and out of it.
In a consensual relationship has no bearing on anybody else.
Yes. I don't understand. They are so concerned about people's vaginas and penises.
Very much so.
Like into a very gross fashion.
It really is.
Like, if it's consensual, don't fucking worry about it.
Right?
Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, we can have a discussion maybe about the age of consent. I think that is a discussion.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I don't think that a 14-year-old is old enough to consent.
No, I 100% agree.
A 17-year-old, I don't understand how suddenly the next day is their birthday and they're magically old enough to consent. But I also recognize that we have to pick a line and start somewhere.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't know. But that's a discussion, right? We can have what is the age of consent.
But even that's a discussion too. Like, do we really have to pick an age? Could it be more about, in a futuristic society where we determine things by some sort of a genetic marker that's in different people that mature at different times, or a psychological marker that we have the ability to, because we're having the discussion of age now in this period, because 18 is the best overall consensus we can come to with regard to age of consent. Right.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that will always be the case, because we might know more about psychology, or we might know more about, different things in the future. For that matter,
we know that dudes' brains don't stop fucking growing until they're 25. So maybe a dude can't actually consent to certain things till he's 25.
There you go.
How the fuck do I know?
Yeah.
I do know that there are some 25-year-olds I would not give my keys to because they shouldn't be driving a goddamn car.
Right.
Whereas my kid has been responsible enough to be driving since they were 15. 16. Well, they had their permit and were learning and stuff.
That's true.
I'm just saying they took the rules and the learning very seriously and are still one of the few people that I don't mind being a passenger in the car.
Right. Right.
Like they drive very safe. Yeah. And we know that they do it even when we're not in the car because we've got one of those devices that like monitors your driving on the car. And it comes back 100% every week.
Literally. That's without us harping on it at all.
Yeah.
Mostly that thing is in the car because it calls 911 automatically if they get into an accident.
And that's seriously our only major concern. Like we're not spying on the kid or anything.
Right.
We want them to be safe.
Yeah.
And they are. My point being, my 19-year-old is a lot more responsible and trustworthy and reliable than a lot of other people who are older or younger.
Right.
So I don't know what the age of consent for many things should or shouldn't be. I do know it's not the same across the board. And I do know that in my goddamn 40s, if I'm on my period and want to fuck my husband, it's not a fucking sin and I should not be made to feel guilty for it, nor should my husband.
Right.
We should not be made to feel unclean and disgusting and horrible and gross. Like, I would never have mentioned it had it not come up.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd rather not.
Right. We end up having to discuss some really weird shit because of the Bible.
I hate the Bible. I hate it.
It's crazy.
I never thought I would be on a goddamn podcast publicly speaking about sex on my period.
Because of the Bible.
Because of the fucking Bible. And they're telling me that this guy could be good all his life, but then he fucks his wife while she's on her period, and nope, he's a sinner, he's dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's bullshit.
It is.
But if a wicked person turns away from the wickedness they have committed and does what is just and right, they will save their life.
Doesn't the fact that they have time to turn away from the wickedness kind of take away from the idea that he's going to kill people that do wicked things?
Yeah.
I mean, you're obviously not going to take
You're not going to do it right
action
away.
right away.
Yeah.
You're going to take it whenever you feel like it. I mean, can we get it? Can we get a time frame? Like, what's the deal?
What do you mean by dead? Do you mean their soul's going to die? Because clearly their body doesn't.
Right.
Do you mean that like at some point when they die, they don't go to like whatever your after party is?
Right.
Like, what does that mean exactly?
Yeah.
Because that's a good point. It's not like they die right away.
Right.
Because they consider all the offenses they have committed and turn away from them, that person will surely live. They will not die. And see, this is a reason that I can't be a Christian, because there are things that even if I started to believe in a God and in an afterlife, somehow, let's say that those things happen.
Sure.
There are things that people would want me to feel guilty for that I don't, that led to the person that I am.
Right.
You know?
I mean, I think that understanding and accepting who you were is a large part of being a healthy human being.
Right.
And to shame yourself for the things in your past is not healthy. I think that's a large part of why, excuse me, religion in general, not just Christianity, but religion in general is an unhealthy practice.
Yes.
Because it makes people feel shameful about things that they have done or did or are going to do, even that don't necessarily require that much shame.
And maybe they did do bad things. I don't know. But is there a point at which like you grow from it? Right. Like none of the things that I did, I think are things that are bad, but the Bible might. Right. And I don't think that that's a fair discussion, you know? It's not right. It's, as far as you and I are concerned, it isn't a discussion. Right. It is, our choices as human beings, and, we have grown from who we were in the past, and we are happy with who we are. Yeah. And that's including the bits about who we were. Right. So I'm fine with who I was, I've never had to ask you for forgiveness, and nor have you had to ask me for forgiveness for things that we did or said or were or I've always kind of been of the opinion that if you, especially even with a partner, right? If you have to apologize constantly to that partner or person in your life for things that you did in your past, that's not a good relationship. No, that's not the person for you. Right. That's an unhealthy relationship, in my opinion. Right. Right. So, yeah. And it feels like this is kind of the same relationship people have with God. Yes. You're constantly apologizing for things in your past, and things in your future and things in your present. Like you're always never not be apologizing. Right. Always fear the Lord. Never not be apologizing. Yeah. Like, gosh, when do you find time to sleep? And how are you not always depressed and trying to kill yourself from the misery that this God puts on you? Right. No, it's not good. It's not healthy. Right. Yet the Israelites say, the way of the Lord is not just. Are my ways unjust, people of Israel? Is it not your ways that are unjust? You just said that they say it's unjust. This is the equivalent of, I'm not ugly, you are. Right. Right? Yeah. Nuh-uh. Yeah. Ooh, good argument, God. Good one. Therefore, you Israelites, I will judge each of you according to your own ways. I feel like if you're God, you wouldn't really actually have to argue with anybody. Right. You literally could just make those judgments and then make them happen. Correct. Right. Like the way you want them to be done. Right. Only that doesn't happen. So we're having a hypothetical argument between Israelites and the prophet who is relaying the message of God. It's dumb. He's like, y'all need to behave because God's going to get ya. Right. And they're like, is he though? And he's like, no, he really is. And they're like, I don't know about all this because there's some really stupid rules. And he's like, okay, which one? Show me. And then they're like, well, what about this one? And then, Ezekiel's like, all right, that's fair. That's fair. Let me go think about it. Talk to God. I got to go. Right. And then he comes back and he's like, okay, I thought about it. God talked to me and this is what he decided. Right. Yeah. Get over yourself, guy. Right. All right. So, I will judge each of you according to your own ways, declares the sovereign Lord. Repent, turn away from all your offenses. Then sin will not be your downfall. If you just don't sin, then you won't sin.
Yeah. I mean,
if you just stop sinning, then you're not being a sinner.
That's true.
My God, it's true. That simple.
That's true.
Rid yourselves of all the offenses you have committed and get a new heart and a new spirit. Just go get one. They're always on sale at Walmart. You can just pick up a new heart and a new spirit. I don't recommend getting them at Dollar General because then you're getting a discount heart.
Right.
I also don't recommend.
Yeah, those are hard off.
Hard off. I don't recommend ordering them from Amazon because you might get a used one that somebody sent back in a sealed box.
At the very least, UPS kicked it around some.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. So, just go to the store, get one. Get a new heart and a new spirit.
Yeah.
Why will you die, people of Israel?
Generally old age or tragedy.
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
For I take no pleasure in the death of anyone. For I take no pleasure in the death of anyone, declares the sovereign Lord. Okay. Repent and live. That's a Christian statement if I ever heard one.
Right.
Repent and live.
Yeah.
Oh, they borrowed heavily from these prophets.
You mean the New Testament did?
Yeah.
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 It feels like it.
It's gross.
I mean, I've never read the New Testament, but it feels
you can
like
hear the Christians walking around saying this shit. Though.
Yeah, no, it's definitely stuff that I am aware of that exists in Christianity. So,
yeah. Repent and live.
Yeah.
All right, that's the end.
Oh, that was the end?
That's the end.
Oh, okay.
He does not like to kill people. Repent and live.
Apparently, I don't believe that, but apparently, yeah. I had a thought as we were kind of wrapping this chapter up, and it revolved around the idea of the prophets, and how there's all these false prophets out there, right?
Yes.
So this was just more of like a thought that this has nothing to do with exactly with the chapter that we just read, but it's more to do with the fact that we've been reading prophets for 3 books now, right? And so it feels to me like prophets are essentially what a pastor or priest would be today, right? And it strikes me that them reciting what God told them is essentially the same thing as the pastor creating his sermon, right?
Just making shit up.
Yeah, but to lend it authority, they say, this is what God told me.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I feel like that's all this is, right? This is just essentially pastors or priests getting their sermon together and saying, this is what God told me, but only saying that because it lends authority to what they're saying.
Yes.
And that's all this is.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking sermon.
Yeah.
And yeah. So these are people. They're regardless of what we're talking about, it's people writing this shit. And a lot of it is just terrible.
This particularly was a bad chapter.
I mean, I feel like we say that all the time.
I mean, yeah.
So yeah. I don't know that this one was any worse. I mean, there was the chapter 14 where I fucking went off because he was talking about mass murder, multiple different ways to mass murder people.
He was dreaming about, I could kill him this way. I could kill him that way.
Right.
You don't know. I could stuff marshmallows down their throats and let them choke on that. Yeah. You don't know.
For fuck's sake. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was Ezekiel chapter 18.
Sure as fuck was.
And we will be back tomorrow with
Ezekiel chapter 19.
All right. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Damn. There we go. Okay. All right.
I couldn't find the off button.
Yeah. Well, this mouse, the mouse I have now, I gotta wake it up.
I kind of hate that mouse because
you can't hear it click like
we used to. I cannot
hear
the click. Yeah, I don't like it.
All right. I don't think we're going to hang on here too long, but thank you everybody for coming out. Really appreciate you. I think we did lose the troll earlier. That's fun.
We were actually reading the Bible and that took too long.
Yeah. Who would want to stay around for substance? Jesus.
Right?
Yeah. But again, thank you to everybody who came out for the live tonight. We really appreciate you showing up. It really means the world to us. And I hope we keep getting new people that come out to this. I'm going to keep trying to push it out there and get some interest going. And I feel like if we can get it to a point where we get, a few more shares and a few more likes going on this thing, that it will start helping us take off. We actually have been really increasing our YouTube subscribership just recently since we started doing these lives. It's not, I don't think specifically because of the lives, but it doesn't hurt.
It's not because of them.
Not because of it. Yeah. All right. So again, one last time, thank you to everyone.
Thank you.
We will see, at least as far as the lives go, we'll see you on next Monday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and Twitch. And then 10 p.m. Eastern on Discord on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, 10:30 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday next week. So have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you later.
Bye.